University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. As always with the first round matches, tonight's teams are aiming to win themselves a place in the next stage of the competition, but failing that, at least to come away with a score that's among the 4 highest losing scores of these 14 matches, and by doing so earn themselves a stay of execution and a place in the playoffs. Now, the University of Durham was founded in 1832 and received its royal charter from William IV 5 years later. In partnership with Durham Cathedral, it manages the World Heritage Site, which includes many of the city's most notable buildings. The politician Mo Molan went there, as did the Blue Peter Supremo Biddy Baxter, the actress Charlotte Riley, the broadcasters Kate Silverton and George Alagaya, and the comedian Nish Kumar. Representing around 19,000 students and an institution that's been series champion twice in the past, tonight's team have an average age of 22. Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Jack Griffiths. I'm originally from Durham and I'm currently studying for a PhD in theoretical physics.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hetherington. I'm from Royton near Oldham and I'm studying for a Masters in Physics.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Emily Mitchell. I'm from Suffolk and I'm studying English literature.
Hi, my name is Isaiah Silvers. I'm from Washington, D.C. and I'm doing an MA in history.
Now, Trinity College, Cambridge was founded during the reign of Henry VIII, and most of its buildings date back to the 16th and 17th centuries, including the library, which was designed by Sir Christopher Wren and plays host to a statue of Lord Byron, who was a student at the college, along with Tennyson and Thackeray, although obviously not at the same time. Isaac Newton was also an alumnus, along with Bertrand Russell, Wittgenstein, and 6 future prime ministers. Teams from Trinity have won the series championship 3 times in the past, and now representing around 850 students with an average age of 21. Let's meet this year's team.
Hi, I'm Hattie Ennis. I'm studying linguistics and I'm from Surrey.
Hi, I'm Navinor Niogi. I'm also from Surrey and I study maths.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Ludwig Brekke. I'm from Oslo, Norway, and I study law.
Hi, I'm Luke Kim. I'm originally from Seoul, South Korea, and I study physics.
OK, you all know the rules, so we won't bother reciting them. Let's just get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. I need a single letter of the alphabet here. What middle letter is common to 5-letter words with the meanings a young eel, a bone also known as the incus, a point on which a mechanism turns, an abnormally high body temperature, and
Trinity Niogi.
V.
V is correct, yes. So you get the first set of bonuses. They're on a German thinker. The ideas of differential and integral calculus were founded independently in the 17th century by Isaac Newton and which German polymath, born in Leipzig in 1646?
Leibniz.
Leibniz is correct. The foundation of virtually all modern computing, what form of number representation did Leibniz describe in the 1701 essay on the new science of numbers?
Binary.
Binary is correct. Based on Leibniz, the unfailingly optimistic Dr. Pangloss is a character in which satire of 1759 by Voltaire?
Candide.
Candide is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Which political organisation takes its name from a Roman general whose agnomen, cunctator, or the delayer, refers to his gradual wearing down of Hannibal's armies, similar to the organisation's approach to the...
Trinity Kim.
Fabian or Fabius.
Fabian is correct, yes. These are your bonuses. They're on the scores by the composer John Williams for the films of Steven Spielberg. Williams scored which 2002 film dramatisation of the life of the conman Frank Abagnale?
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Correct. Williams also scored which 1997 film, a dramatisation of a legal case over the fate of African slaves who staged a mutiny on a Spanish slave ship?
Amistad.
Amistad is correct. In 2005, Williams scored a film adaptation of which novel, first published in the UK in serial form in 1897?
Something Victorian, so... serial form. 2005.
What could it be?
It's not like Jane Austen or something.
Oh, 2005, there was a Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's by Spielberg now.
Did it say?
1897.
John Williams.
Um,
There was a 2005 Pride and Prejudice.
oh, John Williams, yeah. Pride and Prejudice.
No, it's War of the Worlds. Pride and Prejudice is much earlier.
Yeah.
10 points for this. The technique known as Ben-Day dots is characteristic of the work of which artist born in New York in 1923? His works include those titled Grrr, Taka Taka, Bratata, Blam and Wham.
Darren Silvers.
Roy Lichtenstein.
Correct. Right, these bonuses are on 19th century foreign policy. The Don Pacifico affair concerned a claim for compensation after an anti-Semitic mob committed violence in 1847 and arose between Britain and which Mediterranean country independent since 1832?
I think it's Greece.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Greece?
Greece is correct. The affair was an oratorical triumph for which foreign secretary who argued for the protection of British subjects anywhere in the world?
I think it's Palmerston because he's like a British citizen anywhere. It's like Sim's a Roman citizen.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Okay. Nominate Hetherington?
Lord Palmerston.
Palmerston is correct. After a British naval blockade, Greece paid compensation. What two-word term has come to describe the use of conspicuous displays of naval power in the pursuit of foreign policy ends?
Gunboat.
Gunboat
Gunboat
diplomacy.
diplomacy.
Is it?
Gunboat?
Yeah.
Gunboat diplomacy?
Correct. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you've got to give me two answers. As soon as your name is called, you're going to see a map of Africa showing a proposed transcontinental highway. For 10 points, name both of the terminal cities.
Trinity Kim.
Tripoli and Cape Town.
That is correct, yes. The route from Tripoli to Cape Town is one of 9 trans-African highways currently being developed with the support of the UN Economic Commission for Africa and the African Development Bank. For your bonuses, I want you to identify 3 more pairs of cities on this proposed network. First, name the 2 terminal cities on the red route.
That's Cairo and the first.
Is that in
Senegal's-
Gambia or in Senegal?
No,
Senegal.
Senegal's Dakar,
Yeah.
the capital.
Dakar and Cairo. Dakar and Cairo.
Correct. Secondly, the terminal cities of the yellow route.
Oh, that's like that's Chad's capital, so N'Djamena, and that seems like Djibouti in my.
Djibouti is Djibouti.
Yeah, Djibouti. So
So Djibouti and N'Djamena.
Correct. And finally, the terminal cities of the green route.
oh, that's the last one's to Mombasa. I don't. The Benin's
And then
capital.
it is Togo is Lomé, but Port Louis, St. Louis?
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Okay.
I think it might be Saint.
Saint Louis.
Or Port.
It speaks French.
no,
though.
Port, I think it's
French.
Port Louis and Mombasa. Yeah. Port Louis and Mombasa.
It is Mombasa. The other one is Lagos, though.
Lagos.
Right, 10 points for this. Born in 1789, the surname of which French scientist may precede the words product, distribution and inequality to denote concepts in mathematics. He is regarded as a pioneer of complex analysis and the theory
Trinity
of...
Kim.
Koshi.
Correct. You get 3 bonuses on artist models. Born in 1755, which Welsh-born actress sat for Gainsborough, Lawrence and Reynolds, the latter in a portrait depicting her as the tragic muse?
Any suggestions?
It's Gainsborough at the same time. Maybe Constable. No, but it's it's too early. Like
No, pass.
That was Sarah Siddons. Born in 1828, who married John Ruskin and later John Everett Millais, posing for the latter in The Order of Release? She was the subject of a 2014 film written by Emma Thompson.
Oh,
Do you know the film?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember who the actress was.
Julie Defoe. Should we just?
Isabella. I don't know.
No, yeah, pass.
It's Effie Gray. Fernand Olivier, Eva Guel, and Sarah Murphy were among the muses and models of which artists who died in 1973?
Picasso.
Picasso.
Yeah, Picasso.
Picasso is correct. 10 points for this. The silent film of 1903, directed by Cecil Pepworth and Percy Stowe, is regarded as the first cinematic version of which enduring work of fiction? The title character is played by Mae Clarke, who appears to grow
Trinity
both...
Brecker.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland is correct. Your bonuses are on the sciences this time, Trinity. In each case, name the term from the description. All three answers begin with the same three letters. Firstly, a group 2 element whose sulfate is used in radiography to examine the progress of food in the alimentary canal.
Like group 2, so it's either magnesium, calcium, or strontium, or it might be barium. I think it might be barium.
You think it might be barium?
But I was supposed to give the first three letters, or no?
Yeah. But no, they're going to be the same after this one.
Oh, okay. So, barium.
Barium is correct. Secondly, a compact and inactive X chromosome or body of females named after a 20th century Canadian geneticist.
Bar something, so... geneticist.
Oh, it might be.
Franklin.
No,
It starts with Bar. Just say like Barton or something, because that's like...
Yeah, sure. Barton.
No, it's bar body.
Oh.
Finally, a subatomic particle formed of 3 quarks. For example, a proton or neutron.
Arian.
Baryon.
Baryon is correct. 10 points for this. What 5-letter word links all of the following? A generic name for any one of a class of sentient machines in Ian M. Banks's Culture novels, a member of an exclusive gentleman's club in the stories of P.G. Wodehouse, and a radio-controlled device...
Durham Hetherington.
Drone?
Drone is correct, yes. So you get the bonuses this time, Durham, and they're on archaeological sites. In each case, name the Mediterranean island that is the location of the following. Firstly, the Neolithic site of Kalavassos Tenta and the tombs of the kings at Paphos.
It could be Crete.
Okay.
Could be Lesbos, but
Anyone got anything else?
I don't know.
I think Crete is a good guess.
Okay. Crete.
It's Cyprus.
Never mind.
Second, Sunur Axi di Baromini, one of the numerous sites of a Bronze Age culture characterised by defensive structures known as nuraghi.
Never heard of this.
Do you know?
What language does it sound like?
Sounds Eastern, not Greek.
Should we say like Turkey then? Maybe?
Okay.
Like,
Wait, no, it's an island. It's an island.
Okay.
You know, what, go with Lesbos. Lesbos.
Okay. Lesbos.
No, it's Sardinia.
oh, unlucky Durham.
Finally, the megalithic temples of Hagar-Im and Tarshian.
Is this an island? Or?
Yeah, it's an island. They're all
They're all
islands.
islands.
Okay, should we say like Sicily? Just
Sicily,
I
sure.
don't know.
Or it could be. Yeah, go with that.
Sicily.
No, it's Malta. 10 points for this. What decade links all of the following? The first balloon flight of the Montgolfier brothers, the premiere of...
Trinity Kim.
1780s.
1780s is correct. Well done. 3 questions on representations of Lilith in television. Firstly, a version of Lilith is presented as the progenitor of the vampire race in which drama series created by Alan Ball based on a series of popular novels?
Vampire Diaries
I was
or
going with
Buffy,
Vampire
Buffy the
Diaries.
Vampire Slayer, one of those two.
I'd get Vampire Diaries.
Vampire
instead, I don't know.
Vampire Diaries.
It's True Blood. Set in the future city of Tokyo 3, which mecha anime represents Lilith as a seed of life, an alien being created to spread life across the universe? The series is known for a dense internal mythology that draws on various religious traditions.
I think
I
this
need a 3-word title.
Ooh, this is like Evangelion Genesis something, but that's not 3 words. Those are 2 words.
Is it this the Full Metal?
Oh, it could be that.
I've never seen Full Metal Alchemist.
No, you were right first time, almost. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Finally, Michelle Gomez plays a representation of Lilith in which recent drama series for young adults based on an Archie comic book?
Riverdale, yeah. Riverdale.
No,
Oh, is it not?
it's The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Right, we're going to take a music question now. For your music starter, you're going to hear an excerpt from an opera. For 10 points, name both the opera and the composer.
Trinity Nyogi.
Rigoletto by Verdi.
It is Rigoletto by Verdi. Well done. You heard La Donna e Mobile from Verdi's Rigoletto, but performed in German. For your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more Italian operas performed in German. Again, in each case, I want the title of the opera, which you can give either in English or Italian or German? Firstly,
Yeah, this is from.
L'Élysée de Mort.
Could you nominate me?
Nominate Nyogi.
L'Élysée de Mort by Donizetti.
correct. Secondly,
It's too early. Puccini, maybe?
Und doch es muss sein, ein Schicksal jetzt. Bist du denn ein Mensch?
This is really well known, but I don't know why I don't remember this.
I'm gonna give it a.
Mascagni.
Cavaliere Rusticana. Do you want to
Nominate Nyogi.
Cavaliere Rusticana by Mascagni?
no, it's Pagliacci. And finally,
This could be the lead.
This is the what? Lacme? But I don't think it's Lacme.
It's not one of the famous bits from Lacme.
And also, shouldn't it be Italian?
Oh, this could be Madame Butterfly by Puccini.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Madame Butterfly by Puccini.
correct. Well done, plenty of time going to catch up. 10 points for this. Which author's grave in Rockville, Maryland bears the inscription, "So we beat on, boats against the current"?
Trinity Brecke.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
F. Scott Fitzgerald is correct, yes. These bonuses are on wonders of the waterways, according to the Canal and Rivers Trust. The longest and highest canal tunnel in the country, Stanage, is on a narrow canal named after which West Yorkshire town?
British people.
Harrogate?
I don't know.
Halifax?
What do you think?
Or...
I'm not sure, but how can it be named after a town if it's got a name? I don't understand.
Halifax.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Halifax.
No, it's Huddersfield. The Caen Hill Lock flight, close to Devizes, is on which canal named after two rivers?
It's in Wiltshire. Devizes is actually like in Wiltshire.
Which two rivers?
Might be Avon, but like...
Avon is.
Wiley?
Yeah, but like...
Avon and why?
Avon and Wiley? I don't know.
Nominate Inns.
Avon and Wiley?
No, it's the Kennet and Avon. The Barton Swing Bridge Aqueduct carries the Bridgewater Canal over which inland waterway?
No.
Suggestions?
I don't know.
Inland waterway? Any inland waterway?
What was the first part of the question?
Is Thames an inland waterway?
The Mersey? I don't know.
No,
The Thames.
No, it's the Manchester Ship Canal. 10 points for this. Name either of the well-known symphonies that premiered in the same concert in Vienna on the 22nd of December 1808, along with
Trinity Kim.
Beethoven 5 and 6.
Beethoven 5 and 6. I'll accept that, yeah. Your bonuses are on zoology this time. In contrast to metazoa, what animal subkingdom contains multicellular organisms that lack clearly defined tissues and organs?
I tuned out for that question, sorry. What do we...
Invertebrates.
Animal orders.
Subkingdoms. I don't know animal orders. It might be... it might be actually be vertebrates.
Yeah.
With invertebrates, right?
Yes, I think.
They lack bones.
Invertebrates?
Yeah. Is that invertebrates? Yeah. Invertebrates.
That's parazoa. The parazoan phylum Porifera is better known by the name of what primitive aquatic animal?
Peripheral. I was reading this.
Primitive. Like a jellyfish? Something like that?
Lamprey is quite primitive.
Jellyfish or
jellyfish, it could be jellyfish.
Yeah. Jellyfish?
No, it's sponges. Including jellyfish and sea anemones, what animal phylum has a name derived from the Greek for nettle?
Greek letter.
Greek. Oh, fun and...
Barnacles? Something.
sorry, I don't know.
Yes, no.
Luke, anything?
No. Pass.
It's Cnidaria. 10 points for this. T cells, the lymphocytes involved in cellular immunity, take the T in their name from the first letter of the name of which gland located near the breastbone?
Durham Hetherington.
Thyroid?
No, you lose 5 points. Anyone want to buzz from Trinity? OK, it's the thymus. 10 points for this. Mrs. Morley and Mrs. Freeman were the nom de plume adopted in correspondence between which two prominent figures of the early 18th century? Their relationship was depicted in the 2018 film The Favourite.
Trinity Innes.
Queen Anne and the Duchess of Marlborough.
Correct, Sarah Churchill, yes. You'll get a set of bonuses now on the East of Scotland Football League. Which town to the east of Edinburgh links a club nicknamed the Seasiders with the Battle of 1650, at which Cromwell defeated a Scottish army under Leslie?
Did you say Fife? Fife is a club. Fife is a club.
Fife?
No, it's Dunbar, as in Dunbar United. What flower follows Crossgates in the name of a club based at Humbug Park near Dunfermline? In Shakespeare's Hamlet, the same flower precedes the words Path of Dalliance.
Oh.
Thistle, because it's Scotland, I don't know.
Path of Dalliance.
Daffodil.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thistle.
Thistle? No, it's Primrose. Which town in the Borders is home to Royal Albert United FC and to a rugby club that's won the Scottish Championship 12 times?
Hart, Rangers.
I don't know.
So that's the old firm derby. Which city is it? God, this is awful. Aberdeen or
Aberdeen's like far north. It's
Glasgow?
on the borders.
Glasgow?
Like Scottish borders is like Dumfries and Galloway and like Scottish borders.
Come on.
Yeah, I pass.
It's Hoyk. Right, we're going to take another picture round now. For your picture starter question, you will see an illustration of a plant. For 10 points, please give me its common name.
Durham Hetherington.
Holly.
No?
Trinity Innes.
Is it mistletoe?
It is mistletoe, yes. You saw there a plate from Elizabeth Blackwell's A Curious Herbal, an 18th century encyclopedia of 500 medicinal plants. Your bonuses are 3 more illustrations from that work of plants that, like mistletoe, are still used in modern medicine. Give the common name in each case. First, largely used topically.
Is that?
Aloe vera. Aloe vera.
Yes, the leaf
Aloe
of
vera.
You're right.
It is aloe vera, that's correct. Secondly, used to treat heart complaints.
Looks like a foxglove, but I don't know.
Is that
Could
used
be,
to treat?
what's that called? Like stargrass, like Electris farinosa.
Sounds very cool. Stargrass.
No, it's foxglove.
Oh, no.
Finally, used to treat depression.
Is that an aconite? I don't know, actually.
Is it yellow?
Aconite.
Perhaps aconite.
that-
It's a yellow flower.
Yeah, nominate inns.
Aconite?
No, it's not an aconite, it's St John's wort. 10 points for this. Give your answer in terms of watts and pi. Exactly how much mechanical power in watts is produced by a toy engine exerting a torque of 1 Newton metre spinning at 1 revolution per second?
Durham Griffiths.
2 pi.
2 pi is correct. Well done. These bonuses are on poetry. You think it horrible that lust and rage should dance attendance upon my old age? Who wrote this in The Spur, an epigram written a few years before his death in 1939?
I don't know. What's that?
Do you know it?
I don't. I've never heard of this.
No.
Just pass.
Pass.
That was W.B. Yeats. The words try, virginity, dust and lust end successive lines of a 17th century poem by which literary figure?
Milton, maybe. I don't know. Or
Is he 17?
or John Donne or Ben Jonson. Milton's definitely 17th century.
Milton?
No, it's Marvell to his coy mistress. Can honour's voice provoke the silent dust, or flattery soothe the dull, cold ear of death? These lines appear in which 18th century poem?
I've never heard that.
Dickinson?
No, that's not 18th
Oh,
century.
yeah, sorry.
I don't know.
What's in the 18th century poet?
I don't know. Fairy Queen.
Poet.
Oh, you're asking for a poem. Just pass, I think.
Pass.
It's Gray's Elegy. 10 points for this. Which planetary satellite's name can be made by taking its Roman numeral designation and adding a single letter?
Durham Hetherington.
Io.
Io is correct, yes. Your bonuses this time are on geochronology. In each case, give the single unit or division of geological time represented by both the following. Firstly, Phanerozoic and Archean.
I think that's the biggest one. So that.
Is it
Yeah.
Epoch or Eon? Eon?
I think Eon. Yeah.
Yeah, Eon.
So just Eon.
Yeah.
Eon?
Eon is correct. Secondly, Ludlow, Wenlock and Holocene.
That's the epoch. It's the
Epoch, I
smallest.
think. Yeah.
Epoch.
Yeah.
Epoch?
Epoch is correct. And finally, Quaternary, Cambrian and Triassic.
Oh, that's
Period or era?
I think it's period. I think it's
Just
period.
period.
definitely.
I think it's period.
Period?
Period is correct.
Right,
10
well
points for this. The country known more formally by the initials DPRK is commonly known
Durham
by...
Hetherington.
North Korea.
North Korea is correct. Right, your bonuses this time are on US politics. In each case, give the state that both of the named figures have represented in the United States Senate. Firstly, Hillary Clinton and Robert F. Kennedy.
New York. New York.
New York?
Correct. Secondly, Ted Cruz and Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Texas.
Texas?
And thirdly, Elizabeth Warren and John F. Kennedy.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
Correct. 10 points for this. Lucy Snow is the protagonist of which 19th century novel?
Trinity Niogi.
Villette.
Villette is correct. These bonuses are on names that appear in the first chapter of the Gospel according to Luke. Identify the name in each case. Firstly, a name derived from the Hebrew for Jehovah has favoured, used in Luke's Gospel for the son of Elizabeth. It is traditionally among the most popular English forenames.
John.
John is correct. Derived from the Hebrew for Jehovah has remembered, the name of the father of John the Baptist.
Jehovah is Yah, so it's either ends in Aya, like Isaiah.
Jeremiah? I
I
don't
don't think it's
Amended.
Jeremiah, no.
Jeremiah or Isaiah, one of them.
Isaiah, maybe?
Isaiah.
No, it's Zacharias or Zechariah. Meaning Jehovah added or may Jehovah add, a name shared by several characters of the New Testament.
James.
Come on, let's have it, please.
No, it's not James. Matthew, perhaps.
Matthew.
No, it's Joseph. And at the gong, Durham have 90, Trinity College, Cambridge have 190. Well, Durham, you were up against very tough opposition tonight. Very, very tough indeed. Congratulations to you for getting even 90, I think.
Thank you.
Trinity, that was a storming performance. We shall look forward to seeing you in round 2 and who knows, perhaps beyond that too. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you can join us next time. Until then, though, it's goodbye from Durham University.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Trinity College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.